Build One South Africa leader Mmusi Maimane has promised to create 2 million jobs should his party come to power. This has been revealed during BOSA's manifesto launch in Johannesburg today ahead of the upcoming elections. Newzroom Afrika's Nqobile Madlala has more.
After 30 years of democracy and 30 years of one ruling party, 2024 is an election year that will be watched closely. Build One South Africa is one of the many parties planning to contest at the polls.
In its first manifesto, the newly formed Build One South Africa says a legacy of freedom can only be built by the party. The party held its manifesto launch at Victoria Yards in Johannesburg as it prepared to contest its first general election as an umbrella organization for independent candidates.
The tabled manifesto today is about saying the legacy of people like Mandela, etc. is lost. The ANC is no longer the party of Mandela. We have to take that journey forward and build a prosperous South Africa for all.
The party manifesto has a 10-point plan that unpacks the commitment to the country. The blueprint includes improving education, fighting gender-based violence and crime with more recruitment of police, estimated to 120,000, and creating 2 million jobs.
More than anything, more than 40% of households in this country are reliant on remittances. They are dependent on welfare. So if you are going to change that trajectory, you need to target every single household and ensure that there is at least a person in that home who's working. I'm not here to make empty promises and say everybody's going to work. That's a long-term developmental path that we need to go on. But the immediate priority is about building 2 million jobs so that in every household there's at least a stable income and a person working in that home.
We've taken it upon ourselves to make sure that we can adopt schools in the townships, in rural areas. We work with a number of schools across the country that we've adopted, and we try to, by all our means, to try and make sure that these young people are taken care of. We give them career guidance, we give them assistance.
We have to make sure that you have systems that are efficient to address the issue of gender-based violence. You have to make sure that you have in-place courts that are specialized. You have staff and professionals that are specialized to deal with the issues of GBV. A lot of what is happening has a lot to do with that inefficiency, as well as the issue of corruption. We can never ever discount that, because you speak to many women, and you spoke to many women, especially during the time of 16 days of activism, and you hear that the system itself is corrupt.
The party will join a long list of South African parties on the more than 2-page long ballot paper. The leader says he is confident though.
The more votes we get for BOSA, the more we can be able to bring that experience of coalition building, whether it's with a number of parties who share that vision, to come together so we can bring about that change. So I'm confident that going into this election, that BOSA will be the anchor tenant going into a coalition in 2024.
The party has also promised to fight corruption and strengthen borders. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I am Nqobile Madlala in Johannesburg.